I don't think he's the same Triple G as he used to be, especially a Triple G that's getting older and slowing down, where a Canelo that's coming up and getting stronger and coming more to his peak. It's going to be all day long, Canelo's fight.
Welcome to Jabs on Dazn. I'm Chris Mannix. Sergio Demetrius Andrade says he's fighting Peter Manfredo Jr. in his next fight. I thought that was your next fight.
That's my trilogy. He took it away, but I'm going to fight on the undercard versus Jamal Charlo. So that'll be the card, I think. So April Fools on everybody.
That would be devastating. All right, let's throw some jabs. All right, Sergio, let's talk more about Tyson Fury, who continues to get a lot of attention in the aftermath of the Deontay Wilder fight. Fury seems extremely confident about his rematch, or I guess third fight with Deontay Wilder, scheduled to take place sometime in October. Fury said he's never going to get tired of beating Deontay Wilder. So I'll ask you this, is Tyson Fury too confident going into this third fight?
He should be confident because he outboxed Wilder the first time and he stopped him in the second time. It's only going to get worse for Deontay Wilder. So, of course, he has his number. That's where the confidence comes from. We already know that Tyson Fury has the swag and the ability to not only outbox Wilder, but outfight him. So, of course, he has his number. There's good reason for him to be confident. And I just think it's going to be worse for the third time around.
Well, I don't think it's going to be worse necessarily. I don't think that's a foregone conclusion at this point because Deontay Wilder, I think, benefits greatly from the fact that this fight is being pushed to October. He's going to get 5, maybe 6 months to just completely relax, reset his body physically, reset his mind mentally, and then go into a full training camp for this fight. And let's not act, Sergio, like Tyson Fury is this unbeatable fighter. Deontay Wilder, that power is not going anywhere. It is still going to be present in that next fight. Yes, I make Tyson Fury the favorite based on what I saw in February, but if you're not careful, Deontay Wilder will catch you with that big punch, and Fury has not shown the greatest of chins at times. Are you going to sit there and tell me that Deontay Wilder has no chance to win that third fight?
No, he has power. Of course he has a chance. You have to be careful crossing the street. You have to be careful doing everything. But when you have someone's number, it's not only business, it's pleasure. Tyson Fury has gotten to that already. He's taken care of business the first 2 times. Now it's just pleasure. Now he's just getting another check, another mega fight. There's nothing he can do except avoid that right hand of Deontay Wilder, which is the easiest thing to do if you're a boxer, if you're just looking out for one punch.
It's the easiest thing to do if you're a boxer. Nobody besides Tyson Fury has been able to do that in Deontay Wilder's career. I can't believe I'm the one sitting here giving the full-throated defense of Deontay Wilder. I have been a critic of Deontay Wilder in the past, but I think you are dramatically underestimating his ability to win this third fight. That power is legitimate. That power has flattened good opponents like Dominic Breazeale, like Luis Ortiz twice in fights. Tyson Fury is an excellent fighter. He is the favorite in that third fight, but he can walk into that right hand just as easily as anybody else. And if he does, it can be lights out for Tyson Fury.
Look, how many rematches have you been in, Chris? I've been in 4 of them personally. I've never been in a trilogy, but I can tell you the rematch is always different than the first fight. And by the time the third fight gets around, it's already over with. It's the rubber match. You already know what you're going to expect. So unless the first 2 fights were really good or competitive, like, say, Triple G and Canelo, we know what we're going to expect in the third fight. Wilder's not going to beat Fury unless he catches him with that one big punch. Should Fury fear it? No. Should he respect it? Yes. Big difference.
All right, let's talk, Sergio, about another third fight that's going to be happening this year. That's the third fight between Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez, officially 1-0-1 for Canelo Alvarez. But there have been a lot of critics out there lately of Gennady Golovkin and his chances to win the fight. Teddy Atlas, the longtime trainer, boxing broadcaster, he says that Golovkin is shot, and he's giving Canelo a huge advantage in that third fight. So I'll ask you this, Sergio. Is Gennady Golovkin, 37 years old, a shot fighter?
I read that this morning by Teddy Atlas, and you got to respect what Teddy says because, of course, he's a legend in the sport. But I think he's wrong here because Derevyanchenko was a top contender. Now, if Steve Rolls would have given him that tough of a fight, that would have been a different story. But Derevyanchenko gave everything that Daniel Jacobs can handle. So this is a top contender and a guy that was no joke. So no, I'm not going off of that performance. Can he be old? Of course. Who's not old at 38? But can he still compete with Canelo, especially since he knows him so well? The first two fights could have easily went Golovkin's way. So nobody has won that give and take, really. Golovkin has not only a puncher's chance, an experience chance, but he has the pedigree. He's a silver medalist. He brings all that to the table. So no, he's not a shot fighter. He might get old overnight. That can happen, especially at 38 years old. But we're not yet to see that yet. Did he look a little bit bad against Derevyanchenko? Yes. But did he muster up the strength and show greatness? The greatness that he has? Yes, he did. So no, he hasn't grown overnight. He hasn't proved that yet. That's why I'm excited about the trilogy.
Yeah, I don't like the language chosen by Teddy Atlas in that comment because every opinion on Gennady Golovkin is based on two things. One, his age at this point, and two, the way he fought in 2019. And you have to compare the way he fought to how Canelo fought in 2019. Canelo had a Fighter of the Year campaign in 2019. He beat Daniel Jacobs, a top 3 middleweight. He knocked out Sergey Kovalev in his first fight as a light heavyweight. Canelo looked great in 2019. Whereas Golovkin, the Rolls fight, he scored the knockout, but it wasn't perfect. And Derevyanchenko was life and death. But I do agree with you. Derevyanchenko is a high-level fighter. Derevyanchenko has given Jacobs massive problems and now Golovkin massive problems. Maybe we should all wake up and realize that Derevyanchenko is pretty good. And you also have to look, I think, a little bit deeper when talking about this. Gennady Golovkin, the week of the Derevyanchenko fight, was legitimately sick. I know it's not an excuse, and Golovkin didn't make it an excuse during the fight week, but he was legitimately sick during that week. So a healthy Golovkin, a rested Golovkin, going up against an opponent that he knows, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's a favorite, but I think it's a lot closer fight than people are thinking.
Maybe he was sick. And if he did that while sick, I mean, that's even more impressive, the fact that he beat a top contender and a beast like Derevyanchenko while he was sick. So going to the third fight with Canelo after the first two fights are so competitive, I'm excited about it. Everyone should be excited about that trilogy.
Two things you have to remember about this fight. One is that Golovkin has been wanting this fight for a long time, so the motivation is going to be there. And two, Golovkin knows this is probably his last stand. He loses badly to Canelo, and he is going to be in a lot of trouble for the future of his career.
And one more thing, Chris, I think they both are going to look for the knockout because Golovkin can't rely on the judges, and Canelo, he just wants to put an end to this chapter.
Yeah, no question about that. All right, Sergio, so Canelo Alvarez is slated to fight Gennady Golovkin in the fall, but he has a lot of fights remaining on this DAZN deal that's going to take him into his early 30s. One of the prospective opponents could be none other than Conor McGregor. McGregor was on social media this week, posting a video of him whacking a bag and saying, Canelo! He wants Canelo. Now, we know McGregor didn't fare well in his fight against Floyd Mayweather in 2017, but he says he wants to continue being a boxer. So, Sergio Mora, do you want to see Canelo face McGregor at some point in the future?
Hell no. I do not want to see another popularity sideshow. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a popularity contest between two megastars in their respective field. Conor McGregor is an amazing MMA fighter, but he's a subpar boxer at that. I think he's just average at that. And Canelo is obviously the opposite. I do not want to see it. It's going to be April Fool's for everybody watching and buying that because Canelo will destroy McGregor. I think the only reason that Mayweather went some rounds with McGregor is not because he was only carrying him, but Floyd Mayweather was 42, 43 years old. He wasn't even training for that fight. You could see that he didn't have the legs for that fight. And you also had to respect Conor McGregor's somewhat fighting abilities after all that buildup. But Canelo and McGregor, no, I do not want to see that fight. I know it makes business, it makes sense, but Canelo would annihilate Conor McGregor.
Here's something I'd like to see for Canelo. Fight in May, fight in September. Fight top guys during that stretch. Fight the Golovkins, the Charlos, the Andrades. And if you want to fight one more time in December, you can fight whoever you want. Does Conor McGregor mean any less than Rocky Fielding? I mean, Rocky Fielding was a pushover in that fight. McGregor, I agree with you, would be a pushover. But In the case of McGregor, he would be an attraction. He would sell subscriptions. He would draw attention to the fight, and that's what Canelo needs. So don't give me fights against McGregor in May or September, but that third fight of the year, if he wants to do it, let's see it in the end of the year.
An attraction. That's a sideshow. You want an attraction? Go to the zoo. Go to the circus. This is not a circus. This is not a game. It's a sport. It's a blood sport. It's boxing. It's a sweet science. Respected. Look, Mayweather and McGregor, yes, they made a boatload of money, and it was great business. But if you want to get April Fool's joke, then make that fight and make it happen, because people are going to get fooled into buying that fight, because it's going to end quickly. It's going to make a lot of money. It's going to bring popularity. I guess so. And if that's what people want, go ahead, make that fight. But Conor McGregor will not last 4 rounds. I won't even think he lasts 3 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. Look, if Conor McGregor comes and fights one fight against an average opponent, I'm not even saying good or a top contender, an average opponent, and he takes care of business there, then yeah, why not? Then you can go into the attraction, the sideshow, or whatever other euphemism you want to say for boxing. Then he can do it. Other than that, stay in your lane, we'll stay in our lane. But if he comes into our lane, beat somebody first. Somebody that can actually could throw a 1-2. Maybe fight you next.
I was going to say, I can think of an average 168-pounder. I'm talking to one.
Oh, I'll fight him. And I'm a former champion too, so let's go. I'll do it. I'll come out of retirement for my 30th win.
Sergio, see you next time.